Starting 5, 4, 3, 2. And we are back. With some... There we go. And we're back. As we bring back into the scene, we watch as the group stands there, panting, tired, injured, scarred, slightly broken, though triumphant, as they look over the edge to see the outside of the cavern begin to come into visual, understanding. The darkness that felt like it was all-encompassing and nonsensical, fading away with the creature that drops down into the pit and eventually breaks away into nothing as it shatters against the stone. As you see, you guys are in, like you figured, Vannon, a domed hole that's underneath what you imagine to be the entire city, not just the entire town, not just the church, as it goes over in each direction around a couple of miles. So you assume this could easily circumference the entire city underneath here.
Oh good, one earthquake and this whole town's gone.
Why would they build a town under?
As you watch and look at it, the dome seems to meet up towards the hole being its epicenter that you guys saw at the church. So that being the thinnest point of ground to land is right above the church.
Barnabas spits off the side of the cliff.
Yeah, I feel that way much myself. Should we investigate what's down there? Look over to Vannon.
Probably not a bad idea. Who knows what else could be lurking below. Wait here, I'll be back in a few moments. Well, I technically still have a torch in my hand, but the lit crossbow bolt probably would be a better choice, so I'll hand the torch off to somebody else and take the bolt.
I'll take the torch and then immediately sit on the stone cavern floor and just rest and breathe. All right, just call if you need help.
I'm gonna take a break here as well. I'm not exactly feeling 100%.
Yeah, you were.
There's a good number of your percent is all over the stone floor.
Yeah, there's a little bit of me over there. It's over there. There's some back there.
And Elise looks horrified. You were quite brave, at least. I wouldn't have expected a civilian of the town to just run up to such a monstrosity.
Oh, I ain't from around here. I'm from back in Carcino.
Carcino?
Yeah, I used to be a sailor back from there. I'm retired now. Just out sightseeing, I guess.
What is a sailor doing so far from the sea?
Well, I ain't a sailor no more. I'm pushing 60 years old. I ain't got much time left in my life, so I figured I should see what's a bit more inland. You know, when I was a young pup, I used to go hop around from port town to port town, you know, do the bar crawls, all that. But, you know, figured I should do something else with my life now that I got, you know, maybe 20 years tops in me. He looks down at his big fat belly. Okay, maybe like 5 years left in me.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I don't care. You can laugh at whatever you want. It's a free world.
So you were just passing through?
Yeah,
traveling the inland?
Yeah, my first stop was going to be back down in Renee's. Or Renee's. I don't know how they say that. I was born there. My parents actually own a mine down in north side of it. So we're actually not too far from there right now. But, you know, the whole getting trapped by demons and, you know, starving to death for 8 months kind of, I don't know. Kind of puts a damper on the whole vacation thing.
I can imagine. So presuming that were able to lift the curse in the town, what's your next plan? Return back to your parents?
Man, who even knows? Honestly, they're not a big fan of me anyway. Me and my brother, we both kind of messed around enough in our life, and well, nobody really carried on the family name. So when all of us are gone, the whole Slimstone family, it's gone. The king comes, reclaims the mine, all that. Nobody inherits it. So they're not a big fan of me.
Why would you not want to inherit a mine?
Oh yeah, I would, but you know, like I said, I'm out of here in 5 years. There's nobody to inherit it after me. I'm not gonna work the mine. I don't really go for the whole, you know, dust in your nose, all that. That stuff's bad for your health.
And yet you charged a demon.
Yeah, it's more fun than mining.
Underground.
You know what? That is a fair point. That is a fair point. So yeah, I mean...
It's around this time, Vannon, you finally glide down to the bottom of this crevasse as it domes down to the center, as you see a cloaked, bleeding, broken individual with labored breathing. His head split open as if something impacted him with great force, and seems to have radiant burn marks all over himself as he lays there. Come to finish the job. He says as he begins to cough up black viscera to the side.
That depends. Are you responsible for what happened above?
The he, she, and the blonde bitch hit with quite a wallop.
I meant above ground.
Through the revealed, lower half of his jaw, you just see him, kind of smirk. But not answer your question.
Can you do a medicine check without being trained in it? I don't remember.
I'll allow it.
I'm just curious how, close to death this person is.
Well then, surprisingly enough, looking over his body and really gathering over his wounds and whatnot, there's internal bleeding, there's hemorrhages that don't seem to be stopping, and something vital was destroyed by the way he's coughing up his blood. It does not look like he's long for life without magical means intervening. And even still, simply moving him would still be enough to probably put him in shock or close to death.
How do we remove the curse on this city so that people can leave?
I can do it. For a price.
You're not in much position to haggle at this point. I can just fly back up and leave you here.
Then you can wither with the rest of this. He spits out a chunk of something on the side.
How do I know the curse won't end with your death?
You don't.
Venom glances back up. How far did he fly down, by the way?
About a quarter mile.
Whoa, okay. He looks at the arrow, or the bolt that's got light on it. And then he sort of says under his breath, "No, I'm not that cruel." And we'll fly him up to the others.
Alright, make another medicine check. Yeah, you're able to wow.
Wasted.
Where was this in combat? So,
Shit.
as you pick up his body, you're able to get him so his breathing isn't so pent that his lungs don't collapse or fill up with whatever viscera he's been choking on, and actually are able to fly him up to the group with him still being conscious.
So as I land with him, I say, "I believe this is the heart of that creature, the man within.
Annalise.
He claims he can end the curse, but he wants some sort of compensation for it. I'll leave that to you guys to decide."
Annalise scrambles to her feet and positions her staff so she doesn't look weak and weary like she just was a moment ago. And how do we know that the curse won't simply end with his death?
I had the same thought, but I figured the most good thing to do would be to know for sure. So I brought him to you.
Then, if I may suggest a point of bargaining, he releases the curse and we don't violently torture him for weeks.
Kane
What?
looks at Scram disapprovingly.
Vannon, from your checks, you know that he wouldn't even survive the torture.
I look at Scram approvingly.
I don't
There's
believe
innocent people upstairs.
I don't believe he'd survive even one more punch, but
Just gonna pulls out a healing potion.
if we really wanted to torture him, I should have just left him down there. We should have walked away. I figured the most light side thing that we could do would be to find out what we could do with him still alive.
So what? Sorry, you first.
I was gonna say, I look over the creature, I guess who's now just pathetic and prone on the ground or wherever Vannon is holding him. Is it human? What do I see? I see a human man?
His top head of his face is still obscured by cloak, but he looks like a human, battered, beaten male that went through a smorgasbord of getting fucked up. Essentially.
I did a religion check 21 earlier. Is this what happens after? Is this common for what happens after you defeat a Titan? What's at the heart of a Titan? Is this?
No, because those
Is there any lore about this?
From what you know, those were just ghosts-ish. Like, it's like a lot of ghosts compiled together to make a ghost Titan, which what you know. So, him stating he was in the center, or at least Vannon saying he was, that seems awkward.
Okay. I look down at him and I just, what are you?
Your only means of saving This.
And how do you...
I'd like to roll an insight check.
I don't know
Yeah,
shit.
I was all for the inside checks.
The only thing I can do in this situation is intimidation, which if they fail, that's what I'm gonna do next.
Oh, Scram's really intimidating, so yeah. All on board on scary
So-
train.
Oh, Annalise knows everything.
Annalise
Annalise
and
is-
Scram, you're
She just
able
has her
to...
mom gaze.
Him stating that he is the only thing able to save this town, you feel he's being truthful.
What do you mean by
But
that?
You feel it's a truth that's loaded.
Obviously.
How exactly do you plan on saving? Well, would you save this town?
If you fix me.
No, none of that. Not yet. How would you save this town? What would you do once you were fixed?
Release what's been done to it.
Mate, you talk in circles. How would you release what has been done to it? Would you break a symbol? Would you cancel a spell?
He just turns and looks like he was about to mouth fuck you, but just starts going into a coughing spasm again.
That's what to kill the bastard.
Alright, excuse me. I get over there and I put a hand around his neck. Alright, buddy, you better start talking straight, or else I'm gonna push you right back over that cliff right where you came from. I'm gonna roll intimidation real quick. God damn
I
it.
sit by looming menacingly over his shoulder.
I really want to say that I cast guidance on him. Can I say I cast guidance on him? Yeah, that's fine.
He kind of just did it.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! He spits blood in your face.
Alright, you guys can have him back before I catch AIDS. I'm gonna go wipe this off my face.
All right. So you're the one that caused this to the town, then?
The ghost did say it was the cloaked man. I reckon it ends with his death.
Whatever's affecting the town, whatever's affecting the town, I'm sure we can figure it out.
We've done it before. We fixed hide and keep. We broke the symbol. It summoned a bunch of dead things, but we killed them.
And we know where the symbol is.
Yeah. So why do we need this bastard?
I can't in good conscience heal him.
Don't.
I can't.
Let me finish him.
Don't.
Well,
20
what do
seconds
you...
ago, he would have happily killed any of us.
20 seconds ago, he halfway did.
Exactly.
So, what do you suggest? Because frankly, he's ripe for an axe in the head.
Prince Kane, what would you have us do?
Are we certain that breaking a symbol will really help? I mean, if it brings things back to life, like last time, there are far more dead in this town than we could possibly handle.
I have a spell. I prepared something today. It's used to dispel such magics.
There we go then. So we can
Scram
cancel
and
the
I-
magic and break the circle.
Scram and I can go test that theory if you guys want to watch this man or take him with us so we can all stay together. But we should explore other options before we make something so final here.
In the least of situations, can we please tie his hands and put a gag in his mouth so he can't do any spells?
As you guys are going through this conversation, his eyes begin to roll behind his back. Behind his back. Wow. Okay. Behind his
That's
Creepy.
the way to go.
Spooky, spooky
It's-
skeletons shiver
canon
down
now.
your
It's like a
spine.
Looney Tunes Halloween edition.
As his eyes begin to roll back.
Back in his head.
He begins to convulse as he goes unconscious.
I would like to stabilize him.
Ah,
That's not how.
Yeah,
stabilizers
I'll
works in
assist that
D&D.
medicine check.
I rolled a 5.
I said I was assisting. You have advantage.
Ash, what are you saying?
I said I was assisting the medicine check.
Fair enough. There you go.
So,
No, you don't
do you
choke him.
have
That's not how you heal people.
Do you have a healer's kit?
I do.
I don't have a. I don't, but you think you need one to stabilize. It's to get him back up with 1 HP for the healer's kit.
Yeah, you don't need to stabilize. You don't need
I'm
a
just happy
healer's
leaving
kit.
them unconscious.
The healer's kit automatically stables them without doing a medicine check. The medicine check is if you don't have a healer's kit.
I know. I was trying to see if you were
Yeah.
guys getting him unconscious or not, because he's still unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we
still
just leave him
unconscious.
unconscious.
We just want to make him stable.
Yeah.
All right, then, yeah.
I will then tie him up. Rope in the
I-
mouth, rope around the fingers, rope around the hands. Sort of hog tie him.
I would say, being a sailor, I'm definitely going to assist with the knot tying.
Annalise leans wearily on her staff. She does not have any sort of dexterity or tying skills.
Would that be a survival check for knot tying?
Do you want to lead with that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I can assist. I'm proficient. So you got
Okay.
advantage.
So roll that with advantage. Yeah, there we go.
I'll do.
Well, while they're doing the tying, Venom will look to Annalise. How long does it take for you to cast a spell that you think will work instead of allowing him to do it?
A moment, if it works.
Do you want me to fly you up there and he'll point at the ceiling to the church to try while they're tying him?
As the side conversation's happening, I kind of look over at Scram. I've never done this spell before. It's something that Scry might have knowledge of. I was hoping for his input, but we could go quickly. I'm sure we could try.
If you hang about, I can meet you up there. I can do the fly thing now as well.
You can fly?
Sometimes. For a little bit.
Okay,
Everybody but me
Kane
fly?
will wander over and pick up the stone. Since everyone else is preoccupied.
All right,
As you
let's go.
pick up the stone, you feel it vibrating and pulsing with dark power. The light from the torches seem to bend as you hold on to the stone, almost being drawn into it as you hold it in your hand.
Do we notice the light bending and such? Or is it just a mind effect for her?
It's a visible effect.
Him.
Him, damn it! They were so good with this for the rest of the campaign. Kane, are you alright?
Yes, it's just the stone.
Looking at the
Someone-
stone, can I tell which one it's supposed to be?
It looks black in tint, and unlike the white one, it doesn't glow. Instead, it seems like it's taking the light in. You assume it might be the dark stone.
Is it
If
resonating
there's
at all
colors
with my-
from-
Is that the gem for Scram's book?
Yeah, it's resonating at all with my book.
No, because
But
your
Annalise
book's a
could
fake
feel
book.
Alright.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that. I was assuming
Because
it was
what?
the actual Book of Darkness.
This is fake.
Yeah, you're right. Mine's real though, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So we have the light stone. Now what we're guessing is the darkness stone, the light book, and a fake dark book. Just take inventory of what we have.
I think so.
Okay, I apparently took no player notes about this very important quest that we're on.
Then we have items.
Right.
What's the item handout thing?
How did I take no player notes about this? Okay, so we need 4 stones overall? And 4 books?
Don't remember.
I think it's 5 and 5.
Yeah, okay.
If I remember correctly from the phone app.
Yeah, it says Aurelia is the Tome of Light, Fenrir is the Tome of Darkness, and then there's water, wind, and fire.
Okay. All right. And it's made. That looks like the Darkstone. Why would it be here?
Probably what he used to do the monster thing.
I like the technical terms.
Alright, catch me up to speed. What's
Hey,
a
I don't have any
Darkstone?
arcana.
Annalise looks over at Barnabas. A stone of no value or import. Obviously.
Right. Wink.
Well, I thought that's what we needed to save the world.
Yeah.
See, now that sounds more like an answer.
I guess give him a bit of a look.
Oh shit! No, no, it's actually not important at all.
Right, not important stone.
It's a pebble.
Right.
I'm a big
Other
stone
wink.
collector myself, so I like pebbles and rocks.
I do an inside check on Barnabas because I haven't done one yet. I just want to know what kind of guy he is.
I want to do a deception check as well, because okay. Even at disadvantage.
Cool.
That means Barnabas has to roll insight.
I have to roll insight.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just.
Well, you can choose to fail and believe him, but if you think he's lying, you can roll it.
I definitely can't beat that, but let's do it. I can.
Dramatic, yeah.
Target's the defender, so yeah.
Okay.
Right. Wink again.
Okay. I rolled a 26 in insight to Barnabas. I want to look at him. I want to take in his demeanor, his clothing, the lines in his face. I want to see if he looks like he's an honest and open man. I want to just try to discern these facts about him, I guess. If he's trustworthy. Is that a fair thing to ask and say?
Do I have to give that to her, or do you give that to her?
If you're trying to hide it. But
I ain't trying to hide nothing.
Then just describe how you look.
Then yeah,
Do you have sad eyes? I don't know. Just tell me some insight things.
He's definitely. If you're looking at wrinkles, he's definitely got like laugh lines, really thick laugh lines from giggling. He's got. Hold on, I did not write that down all that well. Appearance. He doesn't
It's less
seem-
appearance and more character.
Yeah. Like I'm looking for a character that you can discern from appearance.
Basically, she wants to know your alignment.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I wanna know smaller facts about him that would make sense based on his appearance.
Well, as you pointed out before when you were looking, he's got pretty lower class garb, but some rather upper class items on him. He seems like a friendly individual. He's
Are his hands like rough from working ropes?
oh,
Is he got-
very
Okay,
leathery.
okay.
Everything
Okay.
is leathery,
Fingernails, clean or not?
dirty.
Dirty? Okay. Good to know. I'm trying to think of anything else that might help. How do you keep your hair? Is it cut to a fashion?
Bald, except for like
Bald.
he's got
Only
kind of
bald
like
guys
a
in our
monk.
party.
He's got kind of like the monk cut going on over here, where it's all kind of like poofing out at the sides.
Okay.
But he's got kind of like he's definitely chrome up top, and he's got like liver spots up there.
Okay. The hair that he does have, is it pulled back in like a quick
It's just
ponytail?
like hanging and messy.
Okay, hanging and messy. Okay, noted. Noted. Let's see what else I can just try to discern. Clean shaven?
He's got really puffy mutton chops.
Okay, so the same with his hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. shoes? Still just common folk, well worn,
Yeah.
or did he actually spend money on his shoes?
Oh, common leather shoes.
Okay. I'm just trying to discern a couple things.
Gotcha.
Seems like an honest, trustworthy man, as far as Annalise can tell with her 26 insight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel pretty straight about that. As you're winking and Scram is lying quite well, but you seem to be seeing through it, which is impressive.
Thank you.
Annalise looks over at Kane with a bit of like a "should we tell him?" shrug.
And as you do that, you see Kane kind of jump and then wave his hand around that was holding the stone.
You're right there, Kane.
Insight check on Kane. Insight checks on everyone. I am the queen of insight. She's holding what we're calling a darkness stone. I feel, justified in doing insight checks.
Ain't no hate here.
Kane, you can describe what's happening.
Okay, so you guys see the stone pool onto my hand like oil and then seep into my skin.
I reach for your hands and look at it. Is it gone?
Kane?
Is there a black spot there?
Oh, for God's sake.
Just looks like his hand.
I look slightly alarmed at Annalise.
And
Kane,
Kane,
What happened? Am I
during
still here?
this time, you felt the best you've felt in weeks. You feel don't feel tired. You feel energized. You feel wakeful. And at the same time, you could see these strands that look like iridescent purple lines streaming from the outer column of all the walls of this place. But at the same time, you feel like you can touch out and grab them. And it looks like they go up the side of the walls and cover the entire circumference of this domed area. And seems to be sprouting out of the hole like a tree growing out. But being under here, you can't really tell what it's doing outside.
I'm glancing around, just looking at the strands,
Kane.
and I will take off towards the source.
I'd like to try and grab him.
What do you see?
Strands of something. Some kind of magic.
Strands?
Scram, do you see magic?
I will in a second. Does Scram see magic?
You do not see magic.
Nope. Is Kane magic?
Kane looks magic.
Kane's magic.
The whole of Kane?
Around his hand, actually.
Kane's hand's magic.
And it's
What type
that
of magic?
magic that doesn't seem to have a proper school magic.
Same as your.
I'll also,
Same as
if
the
I
magic.
run by the strands, I'll see if I can touch them.
As you touch them, they seem to pop, fizzle, and fade away. And then almost in chorus, all the strands next to them do the same. As you watch the outer layer of all the things you saw begin to break and pop and disintegrate, as all the lights that you see from these strands begin to fade away, and whatever construct was blooming out of the hole dies with each strand that goes out.
The rest of us don't see this?
No.
Does
Kane's looking like a madman as he's just looking around.
Now, is this the whole, from the church, right?
Right.
Does Barnabas feel anything different as these strands wither and die?
I feel like your fancy pants got broke.
You do not feel any physical difference, but something snaps in you. You don't know what.
Oh.
Does he want to eat us still?
Kane,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I approach softly. Are you all right? Talk
Yes,
to us.
The strands, they're gone. I popped them.
We should get out of this cave. I want to see what everything is above ground.
Kane nods
Yeah.
and takes off towards the surface, fully energized.
Should we take the man with us, or?
Yeah, I got him. So grab him by the hog tie rope and just put him over my shoulder.
You actually wouldn't have room to do that through that.
Oh, here, I'll take him.
Oh yeah, big tunnel. Or little tunnel. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to basically crawl through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alison might have an idea on how to fix Kane's head.
I do as well, but
Yeah, probably the same idea. We'll talk later.
So,
We
with Kane
go topside.
already running topside, you look out, Kane, to see the ash piles completely blown away with the wind. The town itself still looking as beaten, battered, and terrible as it was, though the sun seems to be beaming through it more vibrantly, more fiercely. There isn't a cloud of like funk or mist hanging around Old Grey Valley anymore.
I take 2 steps up the church stairways and I look at that symbol that was painted on the wall.
There is none.
Okay. I kind of nod to myself and come back and give Scram a bit of a shrug, shake up the head.
I'm probably like half an hour behind you with that tunnel. Super slow.
Have I made it to the top yet?
Bannon would have
Yeah.
flown up through the hole, so
Okay, so as soon as I make it to the top, I'm gonna put the tied up guy in a church pew, and I'm gonna step through the front door, and like as soon as I find grass, I'm gonna grab a handful of it and put it in my mouth, see if it turns to ash.
You find some shriveled up grass that's been dead from the snow, but take a bite in it. Tastes like shriveled up grass that's been dead in the snow.
Hey guys, great news! I'm eating grass.
It's an odd fellow, isn't
Golf
it?
clap from the tunnel.
I'll
Are
take
you
off
part goat?
towards Drake's place.
Kane, can you hold up a moment?
Does not slow down.
Kane! I jog behind. And I try to... sorry.
As you get about within eye distance, like seeing distance of Drake's house, you just see Drake coming out of the doorway, confusion painted on his face. Lisa next to him feeling the same way, though they're looking up towards the sky and amongst themselves with just utter confusion about them.
As I get close to them, I'm gonna pull out a ration and then just kind of shove it into Lisa's hand. Taste this. What does it taste like?
She looks surprised at first, but looks at you, and after everything's happened, she trusts you fully. As she nods and takes the ration and eats onto it. Kinda bland, but not ash. It's not ash! Her eyes go wide in surprise.
I turn to Drake. Does he look any different?
He doesn't.
Okay, so he still looks really young.
Correct.
Okay.
What did you guys do?
Annalise running with her staff and like the 3 footfalls or sounds that it makes with running with it. Catch up. Kane, can I speak with you a moment? Please.
I think we got rid of the curse.
Yes, that is One of the things. Is-
You mean that we can leave?
Yes, I believe so.
Let's find out. Venom will fly as high as he can get. See if he can leave the edges of the city, of the town.
As you fly as high as you can, you get pretty far up there, and you notice, looking down at the city again, there doesn't seem to be a black scar circling the city any longer. Now it just looks like a city that's gone through hard times, and oppression, and neglect.
Do I see our horses at the edge of town, or are they gone by now?
It's only been like a night. I'll spend one night there.
They're still there.
Good.
Just like 800 years
Alright,
here.
I'm gonna fly over to them because they were left outside of the town, so if I can go to them, then we can leave.
Yeah, didn't they not want to enter the town?
No, they refuse to.
Going to the horses and going past that entrance gate, you fly by it, and you leave the city.
I'll bring the horses back to the group if they'll come into town now.
The horses don't seem to have any hesitation to do so.
I'll give them apples too.
While you fly by, you see Barnabas making snow angels and occasionally rolling over to grab another tuft of grass and shoving it into his mouth.
You mean Snow DeVitos?
Yeah, they're snow DeVitos.
Oh, it's never gonna stop.
Can I do like a wisdom or intelligence roll? I want to know which makes more sense in game for Annalise to think if she thinks this is, or at least Kane's affliction.
Kane
To be-
feeling exuberant.
We saw this
Says-
thing go into
we-
your hand.
Says,
Kane's not allowed to be in a good mood. He's supposed to be stoic. Let's
We
fix
saw
him.
the thing go into his hand, and it's a
he
stone of
says,
darkness.
we did it, Annalise. We broke the curse. And he just gives you a huge hug.
I suppose we did it. Oh, okay. I put my hands on his shoulder, and I kind of linger for a moment, and then I think real hard, and I wonder if I should use the spell magic or remove curse. Should I do some sort of wisdom check for this?
I'm gonna just do both.
I can't.
Go ahead and
Sure you can.
Nope.
do a religion check. I'll even give
Religion
you
check.
Yeah.
That sounds okay. It's a 10. It's a coin flip.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a d4. Remove curse is odd.
Is odd?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that.
By rolling a d4, and if you roll an odd number, remove curse would be that. So now it's even, so it's...
Oh, I was gonna say if it was a 50-50 chance, I would have done remove curse. I didn't realize this was... Okay, but I think that Dispel Magic's the better one,
Yes.
based on my roll. Okay. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Kane,
Yes.
do you use your reaction?
To
Do you use your reaction?
no.
You just see Annalise, like, linger for a moment in a hug, and then
And
kind of
then-
sigh and mouth a
cast
few
the
words
spell
under her
on you.
breath. Yeah.
You choose not to use your reaction, Kane?
I suppose not.
Yay, trust between
Do
friends.
do I? Yeah, I trust her. Unless something compels me not to.
Nothing's compelling
Well,
you. This is purely your choice. Nothing's forcing
She's
you.
Okay.
she is whispering bippity boppity boo in your ear.
That's how I cast all my spells,
but I
actually. Just
completely-
bippity boo.
Completely trust Annalise, so I don't use my reaction.
As you touch him, let's see. Who needs to roll that? Do I need to, or you need to?
I need to.
Alright, So, DC equals 10 plus spell level. Alright, go ahead and roll a check then.
This is gonna be impossible.
Yeah, let's get above 20. You'll be alright.
Okay, so
Blessed?
I'm not blessed, nor did I cast guidance on myself.
Nothing seems to happen.
Do I feel like there was some sort of force combating me in that moment? Like, do I feel like I just didn't have enough strong enough will, or do I just feel like nothing happened, it was a waste of a spell?
You feel like there was resistance, though either the resistance wasn't like targeted in the right area, or you feel like something pushed back. So something is there, but you don't know if you like missed a spot or something was pushing back.
But I felt like this is the spell to use.
Yeah.
Ish? Okay. Okay. I kind of blink and look up at Kane, hopefully.
He just
And he's
smiles
still-
back at you.
Smiling exuberantly. Okay.
At this point, Scram will come jogging up.
Yeah, I kind of look at Scram helplessly, like, help me.
Have you done your plan?
I did. I
Do
don't think it worked.
you still got the Lightstone?
Kane looks confused. What didn't work?
Yeah, I still have the light stone. I don't
Try
think
handling that. Might balance out.
I reach into my bag and I pick up the light stone.
Yeah, the light's on, right? It seems to be
do
giving off a small bit of light.
I watch it for a moment to make sure it's not going to sink into my hand.
It doesn't.
Kind of like holding it with the fingertips. It doesn't? Okay. I hold it slightly and I bring it somewhat closer to Kane and closer to his hand to see if there's any sort of resonance or reaction. I can't. It's like magnets. I can't bring it closer.
Correct.
I don't think your plan is working.
Put it on the ground, and Kane, would you mind just trying to like palm down on this stone for us, just for science?
I don't want to put the stone down, but I hold it in my palm and hold it like outward like this.
I'll support her hand from underneath as well, so don't get pushed down. Okay, just
Okay. Yeah, I'll put my palm there.
which hand did you pick it up with? The dark one?
My right hand.
Try it with left.
Try it with my left hand.
You feel the same effect. Pushing down on Annalise's hand and Scram's hand, even with Scram resisting.
Wait, on Scram's hand too?
Scram put his
Scram's
hand on
not
yours.
So it's your hand
Under mine.
pushing down on.
Got it. Got it.
Should we just throw it at him?
I'm not going to throw this clearly unimportant stone at the prince.
Around this time, Vannon with the horses, each taking a bites of apples as Vannon's walking next to them, starts to move towards this part of the city. And then a very snowy Barnabas also starts coming in this direction.
I see them doing this like three-way push-up thing that they're trying to do. Man, they're a bunch of weirdos, ain't they?
Glancing around, seeing them Barnabas come back, Sean just like throws hands up. Yeah, go team. Yeah.
Yeah!
Go team.
I don't really know what we're cheering about, but yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it super good.
We did. Everyone was incredible in that last fight. Even you. I don't remember what your name is.
Oh, I'm
Barnabas.
sorry.
Yeah.
My name's Barnabas. Your Highness? He looks over at Anna questioningly, right?
I suppose we never did proper introductions, did we?
On purpose.
Barnabas Slimstone? This is...
Yeah, my name's Barnabas Slimstone. I'm from Carsino.
This is, Prince
That is
Kane.
an ironic name, my friend.
Thanks. My friends all thought the same thing. They all call me Slim.
Annalise holds a straight face, even though I don't.
Scam doesn't. Scam just chuckles.
So, what's a prince doing all the way out here, slapping demons around or whatever that thing was?
Well, what did we say earlier? We're saving the world, right?
Yeah, I guess slapping demons does fall under the criteria of world saving.
But also,
Mind if I tag along? I'm
it's
bored.
established as craziness too. So
Well, we're journeying all the way to Johanna, if you're up for that.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you're heading south Johanna-wise, you're actually going to pass right through my neighborhood in order to get there. You mind if I tag along just to kind of show you the way?
We could use a guide. And it seems
Absolutely.
you're actually quite useful in a fight.
Well, thank you.
Well,
I
say that.
appreciate that, even though I just went and got my ass bounced off the pavement about 5 times.
Yes,
Did you
but you
actually
had
hit the
cat-like
monster?
reflexes.
Those dodges and rolls you
Wow.
made were just astonishing. I couldn't
Another
imagine being
battle.
able to move like that.
we had a master at the temple that had that unique style of evasion. Of course, he was a drunken master, but
Oh.
Oh yeah, I like to consider myself a bit of a drunken master.
He was like
Do I-
6.5 feet
Drunken-
tall and looked like a bodybuilder, and his name was Arnold.
Drunken
Oh.
master.
Like a master,
Drinks. We should celebrate our victory.
Hey, what for that?
Now you're talking,
Um,
fancy pants. Who's got bottles of stuff?
Wait, I think I might have a barrel or something. The horses.
I have
Yes.
a couple of
That
kegs,
barrel? That
Drake
barrel.
said.
No, not that barrel. We got some barrels of ale from Hayden.
Drake said he has drinks.
Kept them in the car. I still got the horse tap from it.
I kind of saddle up to Scram and speak in a low voice, kind of like looking over my shoulder, slightly at the over-exuberantly smiling Kane. Do you think that's wise right now? I can't do any more spells, anything that I think would help until tomorrow, the earliest.
You done your job. You should just take a break.
You're right, I'll test it. Kane, is there a voice in your head telling you your friends are mean?
Your
What?
tests are so subtle.
No, of course not.
How many
Why,
people are
why,
talking
why
at
on
the
earth are you
moment?
asking me that?
Do you know when I picked up the book,
Annalise just face palms in the background.
it was all like, kill your friends and eat their souls sort of thing to me.
No,
No,
nothing
you're not
like
feeling
that
that?
at all.
No?
I just
Nothing.
feel better than I have for a long time.
You're not still sulking about being special?
What?
No? Cool. Yeah, no worry. That's alright. Yeah, and at least I think it's fine.
Maybe it is fine. It's a stone of immense power. It wouldn't hurt the host, or it sounds parasitic already. I don't know what to do. I can't
You
do
think-
anything until tomorrow. So
I mean, these things are divine, right? I mean, they're totally mundane.
Right, wink.
So, like, this
right.
mundane stone coming from not gods would totally not evaporate Cain from the inside. Right?
What?
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 I don't know what you're talking about. I feel incredible. Not like I'm
Cool.
evaporating at all.
Well done, Cain.
In any
Go on,
case,
right.
we'll have at least one night before we can do anything. So let's just see it through, I suppose.
I'll make sure it doesn't evaporate.
And at this point, Sebastian, in tow with Scram, would come from the other direction. My friends, apparently it is true. I think we have lifted the curse. Scram here suggested he be the first to test it, and he was able to move outside of the city.
Not Scram. You mean Bannon?
No, Scram.
Did I?
Not Scram.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
Randall.
fucking say.
It's
Surrandle. Okay.
Who?
More NPCs.
More people. Rude.
Sorry.
Rude.
Get the safe games, massacre everyone, then load it again, please.
Like that. See that?
But yeah,
What,
same
so,
thing, but replacing name with Surrandle instead of Scram.
So Surrender
Yes,
went outside. Didn't turn into one of those ghoulie boys.
No, I even went to one of the apple trees away from here, he says as he pulls out an apple and bites into it.
That's wonderful.
Good, I'm gonna replace
Yes.
I guess the detour was worthwhile after all. I'm sorry for doubting it.
If you guys gonna excuse me, I'm gonna go behead the guy in a cloak, because we don't need him anymore. And
yeah.
then yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I'm
Put my
about
sword
it.
on my back.
I'll come with you.
I'm also coming with the axe.
As I
least
follow
like-
behind Scram, I say, I don't think you should behead him once we're out of range of Annalise and Kane.
I could. I'm sure there's water in there, but I could drown him if you like.
No, I think I should just fly him down where I found him.
He ain't gonna die from his wounds. I sort of took care of that. You could starve him to death, but that's kind of cruel.
But he starved these people to death
Well,
weeks.
Gentlemen, if
It's
I
what he
may.
deserves. I said once we had gotten outside of the range of Annalise and Kane, so you're not here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna follow Scram because he was gonna go.
but I get where you're coming from, like eye for an eye and all that. But he's done a bad thing. He's suffered a lot. So let's just put a full stop in him. Make sure he doesn't do it again, permanently. And justice is served, right? They said starving the guy. Sure, he's a dick, but it's a horrible way to go.
And it's gonna take too long. Let's
Exactly,
just chop
sure.
his head off and be done with it.
Someone might save him. Don't want that.
No one's going to
The
save.
cloaked man, was he taken up from down below? Is he within visual sight?
I think we dropped him in the church.
He's
Not from the
currently on a
church?
church pew.
Yeah.
Okay. I start making my way there. You guys were ahead of me, so feel free to do your thing if you want, but I'm gonna either approach you.
Yeah, I'm following Scram, so whenever he gets there, I'll get there.
Barnabas, Scram, and Vannon, you make your way to the church while Kane entertains Lisa, whose outtake on life has significantly increased with Sebastian being in tow with Surrandle, while Drake fetches the alcohol, as Annalise catches back up with Vannon, Scram, and Barnabas.
At least you sure you want to see this? This ain't gonna be a holy thing. This is a bit brutal.
Well,
It's a demon who ransacked a town, an innocent town, and brought it to its knees.
At the
It
moment, he looks
deserves
like
to
an
die.
unconscious bloke. Yeah, he deserves to die, Burns.
I was gonna.
Vennon's
say-
going to insight check Annalise.
Can I make an out of character suggestion that you guys ask him questions?
We all know
Well,
how well I
can I
question
look
people.
for the body first? Because
12
you know, I
inside.
know where I put him. Is he still there?
You'll find out once you get to the church.
Oh, I thought we were at the church.
You're going there, and Annalise started coming.
Okay.
What she says, you can tell she has conviction in her eyes, and it very much rings of hurt, her voice. We should.
Venom will actually he won't say anything, he'll just sigh, and then turn back to the other two.
Well, I get your point, but no sense
we
in making
have-
them suffer. We're better than that.
Do we have anything else we need to glean from this man?
Could try and figure out what the hell's going on with Kane, but you're probably going to want his life in return for that information.
Do you know anything about the Darkness Stone? I raise my voice at the unconscious man. That won't help.
think we're still walking there. Not there yet.
Walking there.
Oh, we're not. Are we still walking there? Oh.
Waiting for you guys to finish so I can move scene.
Sure, fast forward to there.
Yeah, fast forward to there.
Yeah.
That's where I thought we were.
So, as you guys make your way to the church, you see, very much so, still in the same bench that he was, tied up and still unconscious.
See, now that's good knightsmanship right there.
That
I
is
forgot
awesome.
I put him here.
I like the constrictor that you put around his wrists. It's nice. Right. Well, no sense in hesitating. Just going like picks him up with one hand, flips over the pew, so he's got like the top as a headman's block, puts him down.
Should we ask him any more questions or anything?
If you want, I doubt he's gonna really be helpful. I mean, he's gonna die anyway, so don't really have much to gain, and it's gonna be quick.
Yeah, it seems like we kind of already tried to ask him a few questions, but he didn't
Yeah,
seem all that talkative.
He tried to swear at me. Good thing he's dying, otherwise he'll hurt my feelings.
Well, what a rude son of a bitch!
I
Let's
know,
cut his
right?
head off.
Yeah.
I put my hands out and I
I think
cast a
his
series of
manners-
sacred flames at the body.
I think his manners are irrelevant.
Okay, so he goes up like a candle.
Damn.
As
Did you guys really just commit murder?
he writhes and convulses in his unconscious form as he gets to the last point in life. His eyes shoot open as his brain registers pain, hurt,
I'll just
get
kick him
away,
over the-
as
put a
he
sword to his
starts
head.
flipping out and screaming as he starts burning and turns and he starts convulsing even further before reaching an apex and then just hitting into the ground as he burns into radiant light.
Say, like,
Well, I thought you
before
were
he's
here to
not-
be a party pooper.
And then I kick him into the hole.
Whoa, no.
As he continues to burn and fall into the darkness, lighting it like a candle before being snuffed out from impacting about a minute and a half later.
To make sure there's nothing left, as he's falling, just chuck a fireball down at him afterwards.
Holy shit, guys.
Can't be too safe. So yeah, I pop him.
Annalise watches the radiant burning and now fire burning cloaked figure fall into the darkness.
Barnabas is off to
She
the
kinda
side
nods.
laughing.
Turns back and kind of gives the group a bit of a like we needed to do it kind of look.
Yeah, I thought
No.
you were gonna try to, like, make us not do that. What you did was way cooler than what we were gonna do.
Yeah, that was fucking brutal.
And that
That
was
was awesome!
I was just thinking if we use radiant damage, if it was still an unholy creature.
Oh, yeah. Tell us that next time, because that was awesome.
We should go.
Yeah.
No, all of my questions unanswered. Why was he here? Who is he? All of that.
Nope. Annalise and me are done talking with jerk NPCs. We just murder them and move on now.
Murder hobos for life!
What? Where's the plot in this?
making snowmans.
Yeah.
We will make some snowmans.
Do you want to build a snowman? Sorry.
It doesn't have to be a snowman.
I turn and exit the church.
Yeah, same.
My eyes dart to make sure Kane's still doing all right. Seems like he's fine. Weirdly fine. He's playing with Lisa, which gives me a feeling I don't anticipate. That's cool, I guess. Whatever. I go check on my horse.
Ash, is the big necrotic symbol thing still on the wall of the church?
No, it's gone. I checked that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I tell what time of day it is?
Around noon, or getting close to noon. So anywhere between early 11, late
Hey.
10.
I'm going to ring the church bell 12 times.
As As he's
This
doing that, I'll
time-
shoot some firebolts into the air, like fireworks.
This time, as you ring the bell, the sound it gives isn't a harrowing one. It seems to echo with a resounding... Ooh, what just happened? You guys still there?
Skype just had a
almost
burp
cut
or
off.
something.
Yes, I just had some issues.
It just resonates that seems to fill the town with light and faith with each pull of the bell. As Lisa looks over Kane's shoulder and like a smile goes over her lips, as Kane, you look over at her and feel the exact same as your eyes shimmer with a momentary flash of darkness.
Oh, great.
Fucking course.
And with that, that's where we're ending today.
Before we do, you know what? I can do it next session. It doesn't matter.
So, thank you guys for watching. That was the Heart of Ruin and the party completing their time here at Old Grey Valley, saving the town by vanquishing the evil and darkness that has been plaguing the citizens here for what the citizens felt like 6 months, finally releasing them from their torment and their hell. We're going to be back next week to see them continue on their journey as they make their small steps towards Johanna and getting to the mausoleum where the corpse of the Demon King should lay, to try to figure out and answer any questions they can to ascertain what the Demon Cult is doing. They're able to defeat this acolyte of the Demon Cult with no answers given, or no questions answered, but hopefully on their trip there, they're able to dispel this darkness that lays before them and get the answers they seek. So, thank you guys for watching. This is Nightxgamer, that you can follow me at Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at the same handle. We do this game every Wednesday at 10:35 a.m. CST and lasts for 3 to 4 hours accordingly. So, you can catch us back here next week for more of this storyline to see if our party can, you know, ask questions instead of burn people. I mean, continue.
The demon. What was he going to tell us? I feel
Set
bad
it
about
on fire.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.
Gosh, can we say we've long rested after?
Yeah, can we say we long rested and then